It's been a long time coming, and the medicine cabinet is finally coming home to my bathroom where it was meant to be. Thanks, Tony. With the shower curtain, this was downstairs in the basement, and now the basement will be for the next person, and this will be for me.
So this dream map is supposed to represent, my soul's wildest dreams. And I've made a lot of vision boards, and I was really surprised that I didn't really love any of the images that much, except the tribal looking guy. I found that image really striking. And then I was surprised at how much was around fashion. There was like, a tailored dress, and then that picture of the fashion designer from the children's drawing from the calendar I talked about. I ended up actually taking away images, and it ended up being a very sort of sparse vision board. I left white space, which I've never done, and there's a picture of a woman meditating with green Tara, which I loved because I actually started a painting of Tara years ago that I have not finished yet. So I'm wondering if I'm going to revisit that, and she's going to come back into my life in a deeper way. And this title, like the best business decision I ever made, seems so random to me. When I think of like my greatest dreams, first of all, it's not just like one decision, and I don't necessarily think of business. But when I was deciding to work with Jennifer of Stylegasm, I just saw this dream map in my mind, and it was like, oh, this is the connection with fashion, like to lean into what brings me joy. It's not necessarily about me becoming a fashion designer. Perhaps it's just about me playing in this arena that leads me to my greater dreams. So I'm taking rust off of an old lamp that I had since my childhood that's in the Sanctuary of Beauty now. We were trying different methods, and then Tony found out you can put aluminum foil in water and just scratch the rust off, and it's working. It's amazing. So I just want to share that for anyone else. And it feels symbolic. It's taking a lot of like time and kind of like elbow grease, and I feel like it is symbolic of having to clean off the residue from the past, things that have degraded or tarnished our original shine, and restoring that. So that feels really important. And also the hanging of this painting, like not just being propped against something or, in a temporary place, but to actually be hanging and honored. And that feels appropriate now because I feel I'm in another space of evolution with owning my artist self.
And to paint those shelves that we've had in the closet, paint them white and sand them, and just realize actually they match the speakers, the wood colors. So, and then we had these black iron brackets. So again, the magic of using what we already have and it fitting together perfectly.
Land of Eternal Spring is about the union of the divine masculine and feminine. It is the life force generated when an immovable object meets an unstoppable force. I felt like this hanging of the painting was also representing this union that is happening inside Tony and inside myself. When I got home, I realized that I had these roses that Jennifer had given me, these beautiful roses, and this white lily that I had received from Tony, and I put them together in this cast of my torso. And again, it was this symbol of the union of the mother and father within, of the sacred marriage, because roses are my mother's flower spirit and lilies are my father's flower spirit, and Lily is also Tony's flower spirit. So that was also really magical. Sanctuary of Beauty is a 1-bedroom condo. And so we were transforming the closet into a nook, a little space that I could have for myself. Tony put up the swing set that's actually like for sex, and it kind of created, you know, this separate space. And we put a mosquito net up around it and put my emerald throne in there. But after a while, it started to feel like a cage. So we undid it and opened up more space.
This is a sex swing. I was very happy that it was constructed in our bedroom, but it felt like a prison also. So, getting out of jail.
So because the new bedroom and kitchen in my parents' basement was made out of the storage area, everything that was in the storage area was pulled out. And one of the things that had been in there for a long time was this. So my parents used to have this house on the water, which was the first home I did this sanctuary work on. It was called the Goddess Temple on the Water. And the house had had all of these curtains, it's like really beautiful handmade curtains that were really extravagant and expensive and beautiful. So we had stored them in the basement, and I guess my parents thought that they were going to use them again, but you know, they're sort of, I guess, like old-fashioned and again extravagant, and in my parents' current house they just have like blinds, and so I really didn't want to let them go because I just felt like it was a waste of beautiful fabric. I kept thinking, well, we could use them for photo shoots, or, you know, theater could use them for backdrops. But in the end, we let it go. And then I only kept this like this small frame because the top of it I thought we could use as a little shelf, because I wanted to create like thin shelves in the bedroom to put like my anointing oils and sprays and such. And so I was cutting this like fabric off. I was cutting the curtain part off so I could just have this wooden frame. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know, what if I just use this part? So we hung it above the throne, and there's something about it I really like. Like it just feels very, I don't know, like a little stage. So that's the current state of my nook.